Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Paulio Jr. And on the other side of the planet,
Same
TJ
s-
Zibbo.
same state. Yo, what's going on, everybody? We are on what, number 14?
We are on Ju 14,
14. Yeah, I think
episode
we're at
14.
25 subscribers, so we still haven't caught
Whoa!
up. We haven't caught up to our subscribers with our podcast numbers.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel better.
So at the moment, I think we are averaging one subscriber a day
That's not bad.
on YouTube. So it feels like we've had this channel for a long time, but we've only had this specific channel for roughly a month, maybe less.
Yeah.
I think actually less. So, but yeah, so it's been about a week. It's been 8 days since the last time we did the Inner Circle podcast, and we have some awesome topics to talk about today. I actually had to go, so I am actually not at home. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm back home now, and so I told you, Chris, I had to go run out to Best Buy and grab grab the same microphone
Yeah.
and grab a better webcam just to use for today's podcast. um and then I'll just go back and return it tomorrow.
That's
So,
awesome. It's
but at
awesome that
least,
you can do stuff like that too, you know?
yeah, I mean, they give you 14 days. So, I mean,
Hey, I
I
mean,
even told them straight up. I said, like, I'm going to test this out. I'm like, it's very possible I bring this back
yeah.
and
I think it's
and
cool
return it.
that you can just, go ahead and test something and then return it if you don't like it or not.
Yeah, so Best Buy they give you 14 days.
That's not bad.
As long as, obviously, as long as it's not destroyed or anything like that,
Right.
you're perfectly fine. So, but what the hell have you been up to the last week?
Just working, it's pretty much it. Just been working and going down the shore this weekend for Irish weekend, not Area 51, Nevada.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I mean,
do have a little bit
we're
of updates later on in the podcast for that.
yeah, we're definitely going to get into that. So, so hopefully, we'll see what we can do tomorrow about getting, so on September 20th, as far as maybe getting some live streams from people that are there and so forth. But we're going to talk about that later on in the podcast. Um, I bought my first pair of sneakers in 5 years yesterday.
Wow, that's insane.
5 years,
That's
man.
nuts, dude.
And guess how much they cost? They were on clearance, but
$40.
nah, they were on clearance. They were on clearance for $20, right?
There you go. That
But
looks like a good show too. I like that.
the Skechers, man, they
Yeah,
actually did a good job. But when I go to Target, I scan it, and it's $11. So
$11.
it was $11 for a
Wow,
pair, pair of
that's awesome.
10 and a half men's sneakers. So I was like, sweet.
Yeah, I
Uh,
never understand like people that wear they buy like the newest basketball shoe out there, like the Jordans and stuff, and
I have
just
no idea,
and then
dude.
they're like it has to be like perfectly white or shiny, like clean. Like a sneaker's
Yeah,
never gonna get dirty.
yeah, like they always have like the polish or like the shoe cleaner with them all the time, and they're little piece of hair gets on it or like a little black mark gets on it, and they
They're
like
stepping gum and they're
freak the
like,
hell out.
no,
Yeah,
no.
it's the end of the world. So,
It's crazy that
um,
people in other countries still have yet to have any shoes or something like that. And they're like, you know,
right. They're wearing like Amazon boxes on their feet,
Amazon box.
you know, and we're like, spending $120, $200 for a pair of sneakers that we'll wear for like a month.
Yeah.
But not me. But one last thing before we get started into the topics, I didn't tell you. I'm actually going to see Tom Segura live,
Cool.
November 8th in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
That's cool.
Yeah, he added a second show, and I told you before, he's my favorite comedian. He has one of my favorite. He's on 2 podcasts now that he does once a week.
Oh, cool.
And it's just they have so much content, and it's just if you're having a bad day, it just makes your day. You even out because you're laughing, and if you're having a good day, you're gonna have a great day after listening to them. So, but I cannot wait to see Tom Segura live,
Nice.
in person. That's going to be phenomenal. So I'm really excited about that.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. So yeah, November 8th, I will be in Bethlehem. So, all right. Well, let's get started with the show and go into our first of a few topics here.
Wait, we haven't started? No.
Let's get started on the actual topics.
Oh, okay.
So, okay. Now this one will just lift you right up and make you feel amazing.
Yeah.
So, not really. So, now this is from the Washington Post, but has been they've been covering it on TV, for the last couple weeks about these related these vape illnesses. People that are basically vaping a lot and have been vaping a lot for years. Yeah. And they're developing what is actually worse, what seems worse than pneumonia, because there's almost nothing they can do about it. There's like nothing. They can hook them up to all these respirators and whatever it is, breathing machines, and they get like a that's like as far as they can breathe. Yeah, that's their longest inhale. So vaping is still relatively new.
Right. I mean, you've done it. I mean, you're still alive.
But I never vaped that. I never vaped hardcore.
Like moderation, like anything, right? Or is it just, how much liquid are you putting in there or something?
Dude, well, here's the thing is before all this happened, there's been over 100,000 cases of this. A lot in our area, at least, around Philadelphia.
But what is actually causing the deaths?
So they're still not 100% sure, but they're leaning towards the actual vape juice itself.
Like how potent it is?
So it's just that actual juice going into your lungs is like having water in your lungs.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. It's weird. Why doesn't the cigarette do that then?
There's no liquid in that.
It's not liquid, it's just air. Smoke.
It's a different way of inhaling. There's no. So yeah, you're losing the carcinogens in vaping, but you're also putting something that we don't know a lot about. This hasn't.
Right.
This didn't really start becoming popular till. What I think I want to say 2012.
Yeah,
was the first time I really saw people vaping a lot.
I feel like a lot of people see it as a fad or saw it as a fad, more than just trying to get rid of it. Trying to stop smoking. I think it became also a fad for a lot of teenagers to do.
I do believe there's a fad, but I do believe that. Because I was under the misconception that this was quote unquote healthier. Not that it was healthy. I never thought for a second that it was healthy.
Right.
That it was better than smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
And so there's a whole bunch of bans coming out now as far as,
I think New Jersey's already banned it from stores or something like that.
Yeah, because the timeline is weird though, is that this is all happening at once. So are we saying that this is because they've been doing it for so long, or was there just one huge bad batch or something, you know, like, so they're trying to find the exact correlation. I'm going to play a quick clip here.
All right.
From this doctor here. So let's see.
My experience taking care of patients
You
with
that?
vaping and
Yeah.
injury
It's fine.
has been mainly in our ICU. We're seeing patients who have a wide variety of lung diseases. Some are fairly innocuous and some are pretty life-threatening, which we've seen. And we've taken care of patients who've been pretty gravely ill.
Just in the last couple of months, it seems like we've seen a number of cases of people coming in with varying degrees of pulmonary illnesses that seems like related to vaping.
My whole body was inflamed. My inflammatory markers were really high.
This is a patient.
And they were wondering if I was going to have a heart attack, but I was too young for a heart attack. That was the first thing. And then they wondered if I had lupus because they just didn't know what was going on.
It was challenging to figure these cases out initially because it's a previously unrecognized disease. And so there's an old saying that if you think that if you can't figure out what's going on with a patient, it's either a new disease or you're not listening hard enough. And in some ways we weren't listening hard enough because I think we, like everyone else, dismissed the hazards of vaping.
Why are you
because,
smiling?
there's a push to perceive it as a safer alternative to smoking.
You know, people know the dangers of smoking cigarettes, but you should know the dangers of vaping. You know, they do promote it as a safer alternative, but it's not if it's not regulated properly, which it's not. The FDA has no regulation on any of it.
Yeah, so that's definitely big as far as
if I told you to follow your heart, where would you go? For me, the answer is Cleveland.
On that stuff. So
yeah,
that's pretty. That's so. I mean, it's unfortunate, man, because a lot of people thought they were doing, you know, something better. They're like, okay, cool. You know, I can heal up a little bit. You know,
I think it's. Go ahead. I was going to say, I think it's crazy because we're talking about vaping, right? And this is like new in the sense that people are dying. But think about drugs. I mean, drugs alone. How many people are dying of drugs? And now vaping all of a sudden is becoming, people are vaping and they're dying. Well, how many people are dying of drugs every single day in this country and around the world? You know, so it's like, I don't know. I just feel kind of in the air with vaping. I'm not like, yeah, this is sad that people are dying of vaping, but I'm just saying that drugs are so, I think, on a worser level, you know, people are dying.
Yeah, I guess the biggest thing is, so, like, let's just say opiates, you know, as an example.
Yeah.
Right. So the biggest thing, there's enough information out there now with opiates. Okay, it is possible to overdose on opiates.
Yeah.
You know, that's probably the biggest thing. But I guess
vaping isn't like an overdose. It's like a one and done.
This is, yeah, I mean, it can depend. I mean, it hasn't been out that long. I mean, there's still people alive that have been doing opiates for decades.
Yeah.
You know, there's still people that are alive that have been drinking for decades. You know, none of that is healthy whatsoever, and uninterrupted too. So they've been doing it for decades uninterrupted. So if they haven't overdosed yet, the biggest thing that they have against them is really, you know, is, I guess, killing your your kidneys.
Yeah.
But
well, the thing with drugs, I feel like a lot of people, from what I was told by someone who was a former, like, he basically said that you're chasing your high. Like, that people that do drugs are usually chasing. They initially get that high, and then they want to keep getting the same high, so they keep chasing it. They keep trying to get it, but they can never get the original high that they originally had, because your body, if it's never had something, it's like the best feeling ever. So then after that, you want it and crave for that high again. You never get it. But then vaping is like, what are you doing? If you don't have nicotine in vaping, what are you vaping for? You know?
Yeah,
I don't understand. what would be the purpose of vaping without nicotine?
It's just, I mean, it's really just a bad habit. That's really the biggest thing. And as far as that, chasing the original high thing, I really think that that's only apparent when people are doing heroin. They call it like chasing the dragon. But you can definitely get the same effects that you got the first time from doing other drugs and so forth.
Yeah, I have no idea. Someone told me this. So.
Yeah, you can keep getting that high for sure. So, but it's just so I mean, in a way, it's like cigarettes. In a certain way, where obviously opiates, for the example that we're using, are way more addictive. But same thing with cigarettes. They are addictive, but if you do stop, you can heal. Like your lungs can heal. You can change that pattern in your brain. Same thing with doing drugs. Your brain will heal. Like, you've blown out some of your receptors, but luckily enough, that our brains do have the capability of of restoring itself and knowing what needs to be done. So the biggest challenge after stopping is obviously that introductory period where you have to get through the physical withdrawal, and then after that going through the mental withdrawal. So going through the trying to break that habit of saying, and obviously it's just like anything else, the more you say no, the more that pattern will like slowly calm down. It won't be as intense.
But vaping without nicotine, there's no withdrawal, right? You're not, if you stop, I mean,
there shouldn't be, but it could. However, they're making the actual liquid could be the problem. So even if you're vaping without any nicotine, you could still have these issues.
Because of so is it the potency, or is it like just the liquid, like you're saying, fluid just going in your lungs?
Yeah, it's just the liquid itself and how it's produced. So it doesn't matter what the nicotine level could be, on from say 1.5 milligrams all the way up to 24 milligrams, and
I think it's crazy that we've had cigarettes for so long, and now we have vaping. And all of a sudden, we're like, vaping's bad. But cigarettes have been around for like how long now?
Forever.
And people are still smoking it.
Forever. Yeah. I mean, I think and
the cost of cigarettes is just insane.
Yeah. I mean, like people look at the cigarettes, like you have a lot of time to stop and recover, and you do. But the problem is that if you've been smoking every day for years, and if you're not psychologically ready to quit, you're not going to, or unless you get some horrible news like, hey, if you don't stop now, like you're gonna lose your tongue or whatever it is, So
I feel like that's kind of what it takes sometimes, is something, not to be like mean or anything, but it takes somebody to be really scared about something for you to quit.
Yeah. Because
that's what happened with my mom, if you remember. She something with a bubble in her lung, and she got real scared, and they took out her one thyroid, and then basically they said if you don't stop. So she freaked out. She quit cold turkey, and then went through this crazy withdrawal and was like unleashing the beast on my stepfather. But believe it or not, once she quit, she couldn't believe how bad cigarettes smelled when she was around other people. So you're not even aware of how you smell when you are a smoker, and whatnot. And she's been smoke free, or whatever you want to call it, for I don't know, maybe 15 years now.
Yeah, it's been a while. I remember when she used to smoke. But
I was always around it, and I hated the smell of it.
Yeah, I mean, I was weird because I
never picked it up.
Yeah, like I still smoke, but like the longest I quit for was like a little bit over a year, and I absolutely loved the smell of cigarettes. I
actually love the smell of menthol, but
why.
not cigarettes. If I smell menthol, it's actually enjoyable for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, and what's funny is like I'm the opposite. Like I hate menthol.
Really?
I hate this. I hate the smell of menthol. It makes me sick.
But I don't smoke. But I remember one time I put a pack of cigarettes under my bed when I was younger, and then my mom found and freaked out on me, and then I never tried it ever again.
Yeah, that's good, man. The horror. It's really just it's a terrible habit because you smoke, and to be honest with you, like when I smoke, like I don't feel better.
Right.
It's just a habit. The only way I would feel better is if I didn't smoke for like a day or two and then I have one.
Yeah,
that's it.
So
it's really just a pairing thing. So okay.
What do you got? What's this about now?
So this is Yahoo data breach settlement. Okay. So yeah, long story short, So we have here occurring
117 mil.
So basically a couple years ago, Yahoo's database got infiltrated. The majority of people who had a Yahoo account.
What hasn't been infiltrated?
Yeah, no, this was crazy. I think this was something like 85-90% of people who had a Yahoo account.
Right.
Like all of their personal, anything they had in there was completely available to whoever did this data breach. So, and so I'm going to put this link in the description, but I just did this yesterday because I've had Yahoo since, 1998.
Forever.
Yeah. I've had the same email address since I was, in sixth grade. This is my first email address.
If you're a resident of the United States or Israel, you are a settlement class member. I wonder why Israel.
Yeah, to be honest, I forget why, but the biggest thing you can do. So what they're offering was kind of similar to when we were talking about Equifax.
Yeah,
where you can get like free. You can submit a claim and then get, like free credit monitoring, free monitoring services, that kind of stuff. Or you can actually go for that dollar bills, y'all.
Which isn't going to be much, most likely.
No, I think like the most you would get would be a couple $100 if you even got that.
So I think I got my email from the Equifax, and they're only talking like $25 or whatever it is, $100. I don't know.
Right, because
you got to divide out the money by how many people there are.
Yeah, we'll have divided by how many people actually are submitting claims.
Right.
So, but it's really simple. It's YahooDataBreachSettlement.com, and you go to file a claim. And, it's really simple from there. If you're an individual, you would just go to account holder claim form, use that claim form. They will ask for, there is a section where they are going to ask for more specifics. So if you don't have them, what I did was this. I'll show you. This is actually Google Chrome has had this for a while now, but it's really simple and really cool. So because you can't send them like a Word document, you have to send them like a PDF. So whatever you're using, you can open it up in Chrome, and then you go to print. Is this showing up on your side? And so where it says destination, just do save as PDF.
Okay.
And then just send the PDF over to them, whatever it is. So if you're in your email and you found something, where you know that, it was because of Yahoo that your information was tampered with, or or seen by eyes it shouldn't have been seen by. So I would just do that with Chrome. It's just a lot easier. But yeah, so YahooDataBreachSettlement.com. Hopefully you can get some extra money out of it. So I would do that, and the Equifax one that that you and I talked about before. Because I actually did both of them yesterday. I did Equifax, and
did it tell you were affected?
It didn't say. I just filed.
It's supposed to tell you.
The claim.
I believe it will tell you once you enter the information. It'll say your data has been compromised or affected or something. It told me mine was. So.
No, so I got the email for the Yahoo one, and that was why I did it.
Okay.
So, because I've been with Yahoo for 21 years.
Since you were born, you were 20, like Yahoo.
Yeah, I've been with Yahoo for 21 years, man.
Yahoo, mommy.
So that was like
my Yahoo. You're like drinking a Yoo-hoo.
Yeah. That was the first account that I ever made online. Was my Yahoo email address, and I thought it was amazing because I could add weather, from all these different cities.
Yeah.
I thought emailing was the craziest thing I'd ever. I'm like, wait a second, you don't have to send it by a letter. They'll get it in 10 seconds after I send it.
Right.
This is crazy. So,
I feel like we're like the last generation to experience technology starting out. Like I know people before us, whatever generation you call that, baby boomers?
Baby boomers were
what
like
generation?
60s. Those were like the people who were in World War II when they came back. They basically had a ton of sex.
So what are we? We're Generation X or no?
So technically we are millennials.
We're millennials. We're not X.
No. So technically we are millennials. So
what I was just saying was that you can get it, but I was saying that whatever baby boomers or the previous generation before us got to know about technology a little bit, but I feel like we're the last generation to actually like we're in this in between that we have technology like cell phones and what you're saying, mailing a letter versus emailing. We're the last generation to, I don't know, like experience it, because I feel like the next generation or Carly even so doesn't know what that means because they already have it. It's already here. When we were born, we didn't have cell phones yet, right? I mean, we did have cell phones.
But they were not prevalent
right,
whatsoever.
That's what I'm saying. The prevalency was way less. So I feel like we're in this generation that experiences like normal life things on Earth versus like, I don't want to say fake, but not normal things,
Yeah.
Internet, and cell phones, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, but like we were, and just to correct myself, the baby boomers were the people that were actually in World War II.
Okay.
Whatchamacall? What the hell was I gonna say? So, like I was saying, technically, like
GI generation.
So when you and I were growing up, yes, we did have video game consoles. We did have television, obviously. Cable was out and all that good stuff. But I just remember, like, there was obviously a lot more time spent outside.
Yeah, right.
Like,
that's
no
what I'm saying.
question. Like, definitely growing up. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, when I got into my teenage years, like, I loved making websites and stuff like that. But
but the generation after us is probably never outside. So that's what I mean. Like, we're the last generation to experience being outside, as a young kid and stuff.
Yeah, I would say it would be, less common, no question. I mean,
that's
even the case for people, even us and people of an older generation. The technology's available, so they're like, screw it, I'm just gonna stay inside and and watch TV and sit on my phone, or while I'm at work and I'm not doing anything, I might as well just look at my phone.
Yeah.
So, and I remember, what I pulled up was just this is a very basic page, but so like you and I, so it says 1980 to late 90s are called millennials or Generation Y. millennials, that's just a term that's been thrown around too much.
Yeah.
So like when people say millennials, they're really talking about this the Gen Z, iGen, or Centennials is what they're really referring to when people say millennials. So, but millennials.
Well, millennial, the word itself. I mean, that means what? That's
a millennium is what? Isn't that that's 1,000 years? Right?
1,000 years. So are they talking about the 2000 era?
No, I mean millennials. It's 1980 to late 90s.
Yeah.
So I don't care how they put it together. They just whatever. So, but like our parents. Oh no, I'm sorry. I was right. I'm sorry. The baby boomers were the people that basically were born from people that went to World War II, that were in World War II. Yeah. So the cutoff is 1964 for baby boomers. So like my dad is technically a baby boomer. He was born in 63.
Yeah.
My mom is not. She was born 66. Yeah. So she is what they call she is the Generation X.
Okay.
So
she's on the borderline of a baby boomer.
Borderline, yeah. So, but yeah, the earliest was 1946, which was basically right after the war.
Yeah.
Right after World War II. But yeah, 1900, they call that the GI generation. Huh. Interesting.
GI Joe.
Yeah. GI Grandma.
GI Jane.
1925 to 1945, traditionalist or silent generation. So that's during the Depression.
So they didn't speak at all. They just looked at each other like.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they didn't talk. But that was during the Depression and World War II. Traditionalist or silent generation is what they call them. So, but yeah, like you and I are like in that weird spot where it was like, yes, we still got to see, what it was like to have technology, but not be totally seduced by it.
Right.
So
this kind of leads us into the next topic I want to talk about with this closing of GameStop. So I'm going to go on to this, share the screen. GameStop is, did we say GameStop? Well, let's just pull it up. I mean, since I already mentioned it, I got something else coming up, but talk about GameStop. It's closing 200 stores, but can close even more. And it's kind of in relation to what we were saying as far as, the last people to experience generation to experience CDs. We are again becoming another generation that is the last one to know what a CD is like. And now my own daughter, my daughter knows what a CD is and stuff. She's used it a couple times for like a portable DVD player in the car, or even I still have some CDs, but CDs in general are definitely going away. And that, it even says in this article that the reason why GameStops are closing right here, they blamed it.
Downloadable content.
Online shopping and digital sales of games, as you said, digital. What's it called?
They call it DLC. DLC, yeah.
Digital download downloadable content. Is that what it means?
Downloadable content. Yeah.
Right. And I do this myself. I just bought Borderlands 3 on my Xbox and I downloaded it right on my console. Why?
But why wouldn't you?
Why do I need to go to GameStop to buy a CD when I can just download it, and not have to worry about the CD scratching or not working or loading.
Right.
It just is on my console and it's good to go.
Yeah.
So it's a shame. Because GameStop is like one of my favorite stores for video games and just everything in general. Remember, like, people would just wait outside of GameStop to just
if a new console came out or if a new game came out, whatever.
Like, that's not going to be anymore. Like, what do? You're gonna wait outside your house for like your game to come, like when the mailman or whoever.
Yeah, you wait till the clock strikes 12, and then you log in and then download, and then you wait a minute for it to download, and that's it. So you never have to leave your house.
So this whole thing about camping out at GameStop is not going to be anymore. That's going to go away because you're not going to do that. So, and which is kind of good in a way because I feel like people would like, I don't know why, but you need to shoot somebody over a line. Like you're like, no, I was in line, so I'm going to shoot you to get in front of you.
I don't want to interrupt you, but real quick, look at the right-hand side, number 5. We already talked about it, but
related illnesses, vaping 530. So,
CD. So the center for
man was living $200 a month when he sold a worthless blanket for 1.5 million. What the heck is going on?
Oh God!
Jeff Bezos unveils a sweeping plan to tackle climate change.
Yeah,
it's cool. So anyway, GameStop is closing, and 200 stores or more. And let's see.
How many do they have worldwide? Do we know that? I mean, it says there's nothing natural about closing 200 stores, but how many do they actually have altogether? Because that's a ton of stores.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. 5,700 global locations.
Okay, so
they have 5,700. But they're saying more and more are planning to close. Is what they're speculating.
Coming in the next year or two. So this just sounds like the beginning of the end for GameStop. So they're going from 5,700 to 5,500 stores.
Yeah.
Globally. So, which is a lot. But
I think they'll last for a little while, but eventually, like with Amazon and all this online shopping and everything, that just the downloading content is just killing their sales completely. They can't keep up. They're not selling anything anymore.
Yeah, all you need is the actual console.
The only thing that's cool is like if you're near a GameStop and you need a new controller because you throw it at the TV or whatever you did. Oh, let me go to GameStop. I'll buy a new controller real quick.
Right, but that's the thing is like, now you're not just limited to GameStop. You go to Walmart, you go to Target, you go wherever, and it's probably cheaper there too.
Yeah.
So
I'm just gonna get into this Amazon here, or let's go with Call of Duty. No, let's do. What do we say? Let's do Amazon.
Do Amazon. Yeah, go to Amazon.
I'm gonna go with Amazon, and this is kind of like similar. Well, not this topic. This is about Amazon coming out with HD music, which I never really heard of. I thought it's pretty crazy. Like you would think that isn't music already clear enough? Like how do you make music clear, like more crystal clear? I don't know.
But it's like going from from a regular HD 720 1080, and then you go to 4K.
Yeah.
Then you go to 8K. So it's like.
Well, this is another thing I kind of want to mention. Like, look at, I just bought this laptop, and I didn't even realize this, but there's no CD. There's no CD player. What do you call it? There's no CD player at all on the laptop.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that, and that goes to show you again that the evolution of or whatever era of CDs are going away.
They stopped that. They've been. It's rare if you see a laptop with a CD player. It's very rare.
CDs in general, I think, are just starting again for our generation are starting to disappear entirely. I mean, there's no more CDs like this topic here, Amazon with the music. I mean, it's everything is just digital. There's no more physical piece of
equipment or
physical, what do you call it, property to hold anymore. It's all in the air. It's like this air stuff.
It's in the cloud.
It's in the cloud. So Amazon launches HD music. Let me get into this here. Scroll down. Why is it doing this? Trying to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like all my music is on my phone.
Right.
It's on my SD card on my phone. So.
Trying to stop the. Okay. Launch the high def features. Okay, so they have HD and they have Ultra HD, and they're say loose or lossless tracks.
Yeah.
What do they mean? Like single? Is that what they're saying?
So, okay, wait. Where are you at? Highlight that. The part
Okay, Amazon lossless tracks.
Lossless tracks. So I guess it's just like when you're recording, sometimes you can lose like pieces of information when doing this. Like this is basically just raw, uncompressed music, basically. So that's all it is.
So the VP of Amazon Music says, from hip rock to hip hop, classical, we believe listening to music at this level of sound will make customers fall in love again with their favorite music and artists. As we why is my trying to get this zooming thing up? Every time I scroll down with my mouse, the zoom option is going in and out. But it says it's going to be available for $14.99 per month, and then $12.99 if you are a Prime member, and then family plans additional $5. So Earth will be changed forever when Amazon introduces high quality streaming to the masses. This will be the biggest thing to happen in music since the introduction of digital audio 40 years ago.
Has it really been that long? 40 years since digital audio? I guess so.
I mean, they're saying, so digital audio means it's not a CD, correct? Is that what they're referring to? That you download the music?
Like a digital audio.
Like iTunes, right? That you downloaded on iTunes back in the day?
Yeah, basically it's not
40 years. I mean, it doesn't sound like it's been that long, but I guess it has been.
Yeah,
I'm 31, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it's basically like a dot wave file.
Right.
Was really like the original one.
So Earth will be forever changed. So the Earth is gonna start.
They're
doing
so
crazy.
Dramatic. They're so freaking dramatic, dude. Who is this? Jam Bass? Jam Bass, relax, dude. Like,
actually, you know who said this? Neil Young. Neil Young said that Earth will be
supporter.
Changed.
Okay, well, Neil Young, you're dramatic too.
He said, it says the veteran rocker stated. Neil Young said the Earth will change, Paul.
Okay.
The Earth is going to change.
Okay, I'm sorry. Neil Young Neil Young said it? Okay, well then I believe it. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, there's only so much audio like that my brain can take in, my ears can take in and then convert into my freaking brain.
Yeah.
So, how much better is this really going to be? Like, Jesus Christ.
Right.
The only thing I will say is that average, I don't know if you still have the page.
No, I closed. Go ahead.
No, but the, like when I used to make audio files and so forth, like I always made sure, you know what? The average used to be 128 kilobytes per second. That was the average. And then if you got to 192 and you got to 256, now that's just three numbers. And they sounded phenomenal.
Yeah.
And now that one was going into like the 3000s.
That's why I'm not understanding. I've never heard of HD music. So, I mean, I heard, HD movies, it makes sense to see something better, but to hear something better,
it's the same. Just think of it. Yeah. Just think of it the same way.
It's hard to comprehend for some reason.
No, just think of it the same way. You would think of, that you would think of seeing a movie like that.
Right. The sound would be a lot better. I guess I understand what they mean. I have to hear it to believe it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean you're going basically from say like 360 or 480p.
Right.
And you're jumping to 8K essentially. And that's just an analogy for the audio. So like you're jumping, tenfold, more than that as far as the actual quality.
It's never ending, Paul. It's never ending.
Yeah, well, it's just like the
Earth's gonna change.
Like as far as like our physiologically, like how much can we take in? How much? Like what? Like you're gonna make a 16K? Like can I see that? Like
is
be a difference? Like unless you're going to fully immerse me into something that I can't tell the difference between reality,
right,
and whatever I'm watching or listening to. Like, it's got to stop somewhere, unless you're going to put something in my freaking brain.
And this is pretty cool. Call of Duty is coming out with they're coming out with a new game where you can crossplay on other platforms, which I really
that is awesome.
Yeah, that's so awesome, because you just couldn't do this with, like, even back in our day. I mean, you couldn't do it with anything. And now, as of today, is it this one? Yeah, I think September 19th. As of today, they put out a beta for Modern Warfare, so you can cross-play right now.
That's so crazy.
And they're saying on October 25th, the full cross-play with the new game, Modern Warfare, is coming out. Everybody will cross-play. You can do it now on the beta version. You need a Call of Duty account to do it. You can do it with PS4, Xbox, and the computer, PC, Windows PC.
Yeah. Okay, so PlayStation 4, the Xbox, and the PC, Windows.
Right.
Because like we said before, no one's playing crazy video games on a Mac.
Right.
So they're doing something artistic on the Mac.
And then here's just another site, the actual Activision site. Some pictures here, Modern Warfare. I thought there was already a Modern Warfare, but I don't know if this is just called, I don't know. I think this is the same Modern Warfare. It's just that the crossplay is added in now. Because I don't know if it's a new game per se. Doesn't sound like
because you know what? That map looks familiar.
Yeah, I think it's the same Modern Warfare that's out, but they're allowing the crossplay now. So it's not a new game.
But still, that was always I always hated that back in the day. It would be like, like you and a friend had a different console, but you had the same game, and you're like, and you couldn't play with each other.
Yeah, like you want to play Modern Warfare, Call of Duty, and you're like, oh, I got Xbox. You're like, oh, I got PS4.
Yeah, never mind.
My buddies at work today, last night, we were talking about this. We're like, I just downloaded Borderlands 3, and I've been playing that. And they're like, what system do you have? I'm like, Xbox. He's like, you suck. I got PlayStation, whatever.
Yeah.
Even today, as of today, we're still arguing about that we have different systems, and I really think this crossplay is going to help. I hope that every game will become crossplay, because it should be. I mean, if you want to have PlayStation, have PlayStation, whatever system you want, but we should all be able to play together. So I'm really happy about this crossplay stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I just personally, I still don't have a console at the time. I mean,
no?
Yeah. I mean, what the hell was that last thing?
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
About an hour later, we'll talk.
Okay. So all right. So I wanted to talk now. This isn't like anything groundbreaking. It's not like this technology hasn't existed for a while.
Earth will change.
But all right, let me get out of this generation stuff. Talking about my generation. Okay. So there's a show on Netflix.
No way.
That it was called like You vs. Wild is what it's called. So interactive. You vs. Wild with Bear's Grill, or however you say his name. Bear Grylls or something. Yeah. So he's basically just a survivalist, essentially. He's had a ton of shows, ton of movies. He's been in the military. He's nuts. He's known for drinking a lot of his piss.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, Bear Grylls. So now this piqued my interest just because I do like a lot of stuff that he does. It is called You versus Wild. And in here, I feel as though it's a very educational show, because whenever you interact with something, you're going to retain that knowledge a lot better than just watching something or just listening to something. If you're interacting with something, you actually have to do some sort of conscious problem solving as well. So in the U vs. Wild show, it's just that. So it's Bear Grylls going on, whatever adventure he has to fulfill this mission, but along the way, it's like the old Goosebumps books. He's giving you two selections. Okay, should I do X or should I do Y?
I love that, those Goosebumps. I used to collect them when I was younger.
Oh yeah, same. So what I'm gonna play right now is.
This is cool.
Trees.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, put it up a little bit.
Dead man's anchor. Create a trench, bury the skis, rope around it, and that's strong and it can rappel off this cliff. Or we try and traverse further along the edge of this valley.
Okay. So right now, Bear Grylls is talking about, which way should he go, as he's venturing through and up this mountain. And so
problem is, it does look kind of avalanche.
And what he does is he gives you his opinion.
Okay, what do you reckon? Either we rappel straight off this cliff, or we try and find a gentler way down.
He's asking you directly, per se. Basically, he's asking you. He's like, you're in charge. You make, tell me what I should do. Should I do A or should I do B? And let's go.
But it does lead us into slightly avalanche territory. It's your choice. I'll do what you decide. Make a decision. Dana's waiting for us.
Okay, so then basically two options come up here, and it'll say, should I repel or should I traverse?
Repel.
Okay, so I'm on Netflix, and I'm clicking repel.
Nice.
And then it brings you to
brave choice.
Obviously him.
First, we got to dig a trench. The deeper the trench, the stronger the anchor.
Okay, so that's the trench. For the skis,
he tries to weigh out options
around
for
this,
you so you can make a well-informed decision.
And then
but even with the well-informed decision,
then once these are in,
you just can't
fill it in.
You just can't foresee happening.
It's like burying a dead man. That's why they call it.
Definitely cool. You learn something new.
Exactly. I'm probably never going to be in this situation
to avoid becoming a dead man.
Since I'm
this
actually
is the most important thing when you're rappelling. What are you anchored off to?
And there's
is it secure? Will it hold your weight?
I think the kids will really like this.
And then as long as the
even at 33,
pressure is this way.
Wow, look at that.
Put your weight on that.
Pulling that hard, dude. Not going nowhere.
I'm happy with that. Okay, we get the rope over.
So this dude is going to start repelling.
Okay, now we're committed to this dead man's anchor.
Because of our choice to say repel. And if for whatever reason...
if he dies, it's our fault.
Yeah, basically. No, it'll say, it's like Call of Duty's, mission failed.
Try again.
Definitely getting steeper.
But he'll say something to the degree of...
Snow is waist
this
deep.
Mission's over,
really
we have to pack
awkward.
up and go home.
Wow, look how deep he is in that snow, dude.
It's crazy. It's crazy,
wow.
Dude. So, obviously he takes all, the proper stuff. But
so the thing with this is you lose that equipment now.
Yeah.
You're not going back up to get it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could cut the rope a little bit, but
okay, that's down the cliff.
Okay.
Anchor held.
So he made it.
Okay.
And then.
So let's see. According to this tracker,
so
Dana
obviously
is
you
definitely
just
nearby.
Keep going through the episode. It works on all devices. So
that's so cool.
Yeah, if you're watching it on your computer, if you're watching it on your
phone. How would you do that on the couch? You use your remote basically?
Yeah, that's it. So just as if you're picking the same way that you would pick a show is the same way.
Yeah.
So I actually did it through my phone at first. I was like, whatever. Last week I was laying in bed, I had a headache. And I was like, oh, let me check this out. And then the option came up on the phone, and it was just tap which one I should do.
I think this is really going to make watching TV shows and movies much more enjoyable because of this, if this becomes more prevalent.
Oh, yeah. And the reason I say it, obviously it's not new because there's so many interactive things out there, but
it's almost like becoming a video game now.
Yeah. Well, they actually used to do this with DVDs.
Yeah, I think
on DVDs they had games on the actual DVD, so you could use the remote to like play Tetris or something like that. Like it was, or whatever it was, or like have a like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire like on on your TV screen using the remote. Stuff like that is pretty. It is simple to do,
right?
But it's just they're bringing back something that we haven't really done too much with in a while. So, but it's called You versus Wild. Check it out on Netflix. I think they have 2 seasons. But I would definitely do it. Check it out with your kid.
Yeah, that's cool. That's definitely cool.
So, but okay. So tomorrow is a big day.
Woo! The earth will change.
Tomorrow's a big day, and unfortunately something already happened to youngsters.
Tomorrow is September 20th.
Yes.
Which normal people know it as Friday. Other people know it as Storm Area 51 will be tomorrow. So we're going to try to get on here tomorrow to do a live stream or do some updates on what we can get people live streaming in the area. But I do have something to show as far as 2 YouTubers.
Let me turn this guy. Go ahead. You hear that? This damn Roomba.
Roomba? We're going to
shut your mouth.
take a little intermission, and now we're back.
I'm watching.
So 2 YouTubers like Paul and I, but we did not do what they did. Dutch YouTuber and his friend, well, one YouTuber, whatever, and his friend were arrested in jail when they tried to get near Area 51. They wanted to look at the mysterious Area 51 before leaving the U.S., but they ended up in Nevada jail. 20-year-old and 21-year-old, 3 miles deep in the Nevada National Security Site, they were arrested. So they actually made it 3 miles into the area.
Wow. If that's the case, then they're not hiding anything.
Yeah.
Like if you're getting 3 miles in.
They never planned to participate, and they said we didn't have any intention to storm it because we leave on day before the actual storming dates.
Not anymore.
They just wanted a good view of it. As it says, no trespassing beyond this point. Photography is prohibited.
Mm-hmm.
Both men, the deputies said they could read and write English, no trespassing, but they said they wanted to take a look at the facility. They found cameras on them, a phone, a laptop, a drone in the man's vehicle, and they pleaded guilty to trespassing and illegal parking. Both are misdemeanors.
Okay.
Not bad.
Yeah.
So no felonies.
What's the fine?
A year in jail. They were
No. Okay. Oh, really? They were sentenced to a year in jail. Okay, but that sentence was
suspended, and then 2 will spend 3 days in county jail and then pay $2,280.
Okay, that's not
bad. And be released. So, because they're only misdemeanors, so.
Yeah, but still trespassing on government property.
And they gave up the electronic equipment, of course. So.
Yeah, that's a slap on the wrist. And they're from another country, too. Like, imagine.
Right.
I would not be that ballsy to go to another country and go on government and trespass on government property. You have to be a freaking lunatic.
Yeah. You're not even a citizen. And
Yeah. You're just visiting. Like if we went to like, I'm exaggerating, but like if we went to like Saudi Arabia and did that, man, our heads would be chopped off.
So they said it's important that these men serve jail time, pay a substantial penalty, fine. We take crime seriously, and people need to understand that we will not put up this kind of nonsense.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I agree.
Storm Area 51 is nonsense.
It is nonsense, and it goes all the way back to our very first episode where we said do not go here. Do not attempt this.
Yeah.
So, and if these two morons, haven't showed you just the beginning of what can happen, then, then keep going and find out how bad it can get.
And this is an hour. Crowds worry. Nevada, desert towns.
I can't hear any sound.
Decision to do that.
There you go. Okay. Now I can.
I'm not sure what this is. This is something else.
It might have made to a urgent something racist to do.
The community is to help us by doing
for the prop guys
area that they're talking about, maybe.
Interstate 10 shutting down between Winnie and Beaumont. Cars
this
submerged.
is Texas.
And
no. Okay.
on the order of again.
Not seeing it here. But it said possible storm area 51 crowds worry Nevada. Let's see. Visitors sighting on the remote area are from Earth, not outer space. So the two tiny towns, Rachel and Hinko, near the once secret military research site, are preparing for an influx of people over the next few days. It's already happening. We already have people from all over the world are there right now. And they have volunteers from Poland, Scotland, Australia, Florida, Idaho, and Oklahoma. So people from other countries are going there to volunteer. Neighbors, let's see. Phenomenon is a perfect blend of interest in the aliens and supernatural, government, conspiracy theories, desire to know what we don't know.
Do they have, where does it say how many people are actually there?
Area 51 base camp featuring music, Alien Stock Festival.
Okay.
It doesn't say specifically how many they're seeing right now. That's what I was trying to get to see if there was an update on how many people they've actually seen in because that was an hour ago that I just picked that up. People are actually something are actually showing up. What's this here? This is as of yesterday.
What's this?
Okay, no, it's a legit video. It was just a
person has. You're gonna see a lot of that kind of stuff out here, I think.
So these are volunteers, I guess.
Camera, YouTube, vision, all that stuff.
People are actually showing up to storm Area 51, and the locals do not seem pleased.
Turning out to be that exactly.
That's the perfect volume, whatever you're at.
Okay.
And as you can see, there are people everywhere.
So there are people here right now.
Yeah.
Anxious.
You're being silly. Go home.
You know what? I live here.
You're not right
I live here. I pay for this county road. So does everybody else. No, you don't.
So they're arguing right now, sounds like. I bet you the people that live near Nevada are descending on this, But it sounds like there are people from other countries. They got the news people there.
We're about to go check out where they're building the stage here. It's
the base
coming
camp.
together.
There's the actual base camp.
They've got people.
Yeah, I'm listening, but I'm still looking at more information as well.
Yeah.
Apparently, this is the stage, and looks like it's coming together. They got a big wood frame going up. I guess
wooden
all the
frame.
lights and everything.
So they're building this concert, I guess, for the Alien Stock
yet,
Festival. There's a concert
interesting to see how they
stage.
Do this and what it all builds up into. Well, what's going on, and for people that can't be here, we're trying to keep up. Right there.
This is funny. Yeah, look.
We saw that Facebook meme.
You see this, Paul?
Oh, Jesus.
We both knew because we're
This is great. I wonder how hot they are.
It's like Comic-Con.
They gotta be sweating.
Yeah, we've got a car. We've got the alien costumes now. It wasn't. Why not? I see no reason why not to come out.
Why not? Why not?
Because you're gonna
Why not get arrested?
Yeah, we saw some Rams. We're not used to this. We're from Michigan, so
They're from Michigan.
I think this is a great opportunity for us, even if we don't get to clap some alien cheeks.
We're about to head out from the Little Alien. Talk to some people from NBC Las Vegas.
Okay.
The gate.
So here's
there was
police.
a gentleman, a YouTuber. I don't really remember his name. I
got whenever. I got something else up here.
That's pretty
from
funny.
A couple hours ago.
Okay, cool. Let me stop share.
Yeah.
Oh, man. This is getting out of control.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so this is what I have here. Title: The storm Area 51 has Nevada desert towns on edge as they brace themselves for a flood of visitors. This was roughly 6 hours ago. Today, September 19th.
The sheriff warns it's not a friendly
Area
environment.
51, hyped on social media, may be canceled after all, but people are still planning to show up near the remote site in Nevada, and the government says it's ready for them. William Lajeunesse sorts through this. What's it all about, William? Good morning.
Hey, morning, Bill. This is the real mystery. How many people show up at Area 51? Now, we know the feds have already moved the aliens to some classified site. They're not going to actually let
the feds move the aliens
tables or the spacecraft. But if just 1% of the 2 million respondents show up, that's 20,000. This sheriff's video warns the area is not friendly for humans.
Self-parking UFO.
No amenities, no resources, and the invasion of this location is a crime. This area is home to scorpions, rattlesnakes, badgers, tarantulas.
Oh, look at that snake there.
It is generally not an environment suited for human inhabitation.
It was an alien.
Arrested 2 Dutch teenagers for trespassing, but reduced to 3 days of 1-year jail sentence provided they leave the country.
Go away. Out of here. Get out of
We
here.
take this crime seriously, and people need to understand that we will not put up with this kind of nonsense.
This is the same.
3 nights we have to spend here, and then on Thursday, the 19th, we can go back to the Netherlands, to our home country. So yeah.
We didn't want to cause any trouble. It has all gone a little bit out of hand.
Spies. You're spies.
So the raid itself is canceled, but 3 events are planned. A Bud Light concert in Vegas, alien stock with 25 vendors and a soundstage. They expect several.
Up to, wait, go back 1 year. Go back to what that, what was the fine? It said it right on the,
and we don't know what. Several thousand
pause
visitors
it right there when you see
camping
it.
and cars and RVs. Alien stock with 25 vendors and a soundstage.
Okay, punishment up to 1 year imprisonment and a $5,000 fine. So they basically they said you're gonna get 1 year, but they gave him 3 days, and they gave him like half of the fine when they committed their trespassing or whatever.
I see.
So
make this a little bit bigger.
They expect several thousand visitors in camping and cars and RVs.
Feels absolutely amazing. And we don't know what to expect in the next few days, but right now, this is the calm before the storm, and we're loving it.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely got
nearby at Alien Research Center. A similar concert is planned there, prompting police to erect a command center and utilities to bring in extra support.
Wow. We have a very thorough strategy in place to cover almost every contingency, even the unforeseen. And we're prepared for mass casualties if that were the case. We're prepared for just a mass invasion of the Nevada National Security site. And we're even prepared for just the lone wolf.
It's definitely smooth over here, too.
Dude, I say we just get on the road tonight and just go there.
Being this party could be a bus.
I'll call out of work. I'll call out of work. I'll pick you up, and we'll just drive there, and then,
I think
drive back. How long is it going to take?
It's a long drive, dude. That's no joke.
Let me type in Google Maps. Area 51. Yeah. Is that what it is?
It's a long drive. Don't show any of your personal information.
No.
But so just type in Las Vegas. Las Vegas.
Yeah, because some reason it's not coming up. There's no Area 51.
I just typed in Las
Rachel
Vegas.
County, Rachel, Nevada. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's like a 5-hour flight. So it's a long drive, man. It's a really
1 day and 13 hours.
Driving.
1 day and 13 hours. There you go, guys.
Yeah.
You want to go? 1 day and 13 hours to drive.
If you want to go from,
So we will be there Saturday at 1:14 in the morning.
Right, exactly. That is
that's 2,487 miles from Philadelphia, from where I'm at least.
Yeah.
So that would be like almost a normal oil change.
At the moment, where I'm at, it says 37 hours.
Wow.
37. That's nonstop.
Yeah,
too.
that's what
you
it says.
stop.
37 hours. Yeah,
you can't stop.
That's nonstop.
You can't stop. Yeah,
and you'd have to stop. There's no way.
I mean, if you look at the map, let me.
So we will not go there tomorrow, but we will be on here talking about it tomorrow and give you all the updates that we can give you guys.
Yes, absolutely.
Because Paul and I are normal people, and we have normal lives. So we
if you want
things.
Sure. Yeah, sure, we're normal.
So I kind of wonder if wait, when is St. Patty's Day? Is that this weekend?
St. Patty's Day? That's not till like March or April.
Okay, so Irish weekend is this weekend down the shore in Wildwood. Mm-hmm. So they'll probably be celebrating. That's where I'm going. They'll probably be celebrating aliens.
Maybe
down there.
Maybe, but look at that. I mean, so like if you're looking at this map here, man, dude, I drove from Philly to Montana.
Wow. Yeah, I remember that. You were like, "Hey, Chris, I'm leaving," and you had like peanut butter and jelly in your car.
What the?
Yeah. And I'm like, "Where are you going?" You're like, "I gotta go on the road trip."
Oh man. Well, actually, I went out to
see one of our aunts in California.
Well, no, I didn't get to California. I got to Spokane, Washington.
I thought you went to California too. Didn't you drive out there?
Well, when I was 21, I drove to Atlanta.
Yeah, that's right.
I was going to go south and west, but so Billings right here.
Okay,
that's where I.
So you weren't that far from Nevada then.
I was still far, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's literally on the opposite side of the U.S. You know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's definitely closer.
Aunt Patty's is closer there to.
Aunt Patty. Oh, she could make it there in 2 hours.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, roughly. So yeah, she would make it there in no time. But
that's all we got, man. I don't have anything else right now.
Number 14.
14, definitely.
Yeah, so episode Juyon.
Juyon, yep. Biente y cinco.
No, cinco's 5. Cuatro.
Biente cinco. Yeah, 25.
Cinco's 5. Cinco's 5.
11, 12, 13, 14. There we go. 14.
Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. So cuatro is 4.
Yeah.
Diez y cuatro.
Diez y cuatro or 14. I believe you could say that.
Yeah. Because you can say like once for 11. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Dulce Tracy. Yeah.
Yeah. Tracy. Sudoku.
Guten Scheiße.
But yeah, man. So we got. I feel like an investigator. Like an old school detective.
Right.
My little pad here.
Personal investigator.
Okay, Christopher, where were you at September 11th, 2001?
I was in 8th grade watching TV.
Bullshit. Liar!
Guys, please subscribe. If you're enjoying these videos, please subscribe. Paul and I are taking an hour or more out of our time. Even longer because we prepare for our podcast. So we're doing this out of the kindness of our heart we're doing this for fun, but we're doing it, with our own personal time. And we would love to see you guys support us. And if you are supporting us, it tells us that we want to keep going. Otherwise, it's kind of like, is it worth to do what we're doing? And I feel like it is, but we need to see your support. So hit that subscribe button. And Paul, I don't know, do we have because I just did this with my account, a branding icon, the little square at the bottom to subscribe. Do we have its own icon up on the channel?
What are you talking about?
So on my channel, let me show you real quick so you can see it.
Just go to your channel. Yeah, go to your channel and then go to Inner Circle.
All right. Channel. I'll show you. All right, 1 second. Let me go to my channel, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Bugger.
All right, let's see.
Let's see.
All right, here we go. Sure. Okay. All right, so on my channel, here's some Borderlands 3 me playing. It's pretty funny.
Talking about branding, yeah.
Clear the area. I'm on my way.
This is me fighting this guy yesterday. It's pretty cool.
Oh, what you do? Just record it just send it to YouTube from your Xbox?
Yeah, from Xbox. It's a little difficult. Not like there's some steps that you have to take. For some reason, I can't. If I'm not mistaken, I can't go from Xbox straight to YouTube. I have to go from Xbox to OneDrive, and then I have to download it from OneDrive and then upload it to YouTube. So I kind of have to do a couple steps.
Yeah, I liked when the 360, you could put it directly to YouTube from the 360.
I'm fighting this guy, Shiv, and he brought a knife to a gunfight, which is pretty funny. I'll let you see. See this icon right here? That's the branding icon. I want to get this for our channel so people can subscribe.
That's easy.
So here, we'll watch.
It's not going to make a difference right now. It's not going to do anything. But yeah, we can do that. That's easy.
This is me fighting Shiv in Borderlands 3. Really fun game, actually.
Once we're done wasting our time with this for the audio.
So, I know you guys are enjoying this right now. This is me beating Shiv up. Hold on.
You got the branding. We're good. Well, no, anyone who's listening is just going like, what the heck?
What just happened?
What are they doing? What's happening?
This is what the U.S. government's going to do to you when you go to storm area 51.
Right.
Some guy's going to come out with a machete and start attacking you.
Seems like a nice...
Yeah, I would just don't. I mean, don't do anything on here until we're actually
No.
done. Yeah, don't.
We don't have the branding icon on here, right? So.
Yeah, but that's easy. We'll do that after the show. Don't
just hit that subscribe button, guys. We're at 25.
Yeah, make sure.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Please subscribe. Go back to home, Chris.
Yeah.
Go back to home. So please subscribe. And isn't there a bell? Isn't there?
Yeah, there's a little bell right here if you want to be notified.
Wait, where the hell's the bell?
It's right here on the right. Do you see it? On the right?
Maybe it's just because it's.
So subscribed. Is there something in the way? This thing?
Scroll down.
I see it right here on my screen. I'm not sure why.
Okay, we're good.
Okay. So little bell on the right if you want to be notified.
Yeah, please subscribe. Please hit that bell button, and make sure you check out Chris and my channels, YouTube channels. So when you're in the car and obviously driving and not watching, always check out anchor.fm/Inner Circle Podcast. So, or just go to any of the major platforms now besides Spotify. So, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all that fun stuff. So those are obviously the two big guns that we have at the moment. And please, the biggest thing, please support this podcast. You click on that, Chris.
Support this podcast.
Yeah, it's a huge help. Like Chris touched on it, but any kind of contribution that you can help us out with would be greatly appreciated.
$1 a month. I mean, 99 cents is like
99 cents a month, man. We're not even asking you for $12 a year. So yeah, and you can cancel anytime, but it helps us tremendously because, like Chris said, like we put a lot of work before, during, and after the podcast. Like this is just us. We're still starting. Like at this moment right now of me talking, like we're just getting this process started. So we had the information. We talked about the information, and now we have to deliver the information to everybody. So that means uploading it to different platforms. That means trying to get other people to see it, trying to gain exposure. Soon we're probably going to do some advertising just to get more people under our thumb to to check out.
We started about 3 weeks ago, according to the last video. It says 3 weeks ago.
We'll go to the first video,
podcast 1,
and look at the date there. That's pretty much when we started.
August 26th is when it was published. Okay. We had 32 views here.
So that hasn't even been, and that was. Veteran says stay away from Storm Area 51.
Yeah, and we were on 4 radio podcasts at the time. Or no, we weren't. We were just on Anchor, I believe. So,
at that moment, we were pretty much just on Anchor.
So we did 1, and now we're on 14, and tomorrow we'll be doing 15 for Storm Area 51.
Yeah, and we'll try to do it earlier again too.
Yeah.
Just because I have to go back to my new home. So I'm in my old home right now. So I got to go back home. I got to go back to Amish country.
Milk the cows.
I got to go back and see the horse shat on the, all over the street.
Because you can't download milk to your refrigerator yet. We haven't gotten to that point, but maybe one day we can download milk to the fridge.
Soon enough, you'll have that.
We won't need any cows or chickens or eggs. Everything will download. We'll just download everything.
Yeah, you will never leave your house. Okay, okay, Chris. If you want to do some sort of face for the thumbnail, go for it.
Okay, yeah, I'll try to set that up. So
no, I'm saying like right now, like just what are you doing?
Who's that?
It's the cat, man. He's insane. They're all insane. Man.
Well, we'll download the cat.
They're all insane. Should we both just do like a?
What's this for now?
I don't know. For the thumbnail.
Oh, for the thumbnail. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you wanted. I thought it was just going to be our logo icon. So we could do this too. So as I'm always like this. So just be how you always are.
We can both do it like that.
Yeah.
So look at the camera. Don't smile whatsoever. Or we should do a high five of some sort. We got to make sure our hands look exactly the same size, though. Okay, my hand's on the edge. Or no, the finger.
The finger.
My finger point. Okay. And get closer. Get closer.
I don't know if I like the finger. What was the one shooting you? No. I think the high five's cool. Let's go back to high five.
I'm going to get my hands got to be bigger.
Wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm trying to get.
Would have to be the other hand, right? It'd be like this.
No, I don't want.
All right. We're taking this picture for this. For
the thumbnail.
For the thumbnail.
Okay. Sure, it's keep going. Your hand's just there. Okay. All right. We can do the finger too.
Yeah, I think finger's cool.
Okay.
Finger points. My finger points.
My finger points. Okay, go.
That's from Kung Pao, guys.
Okay. And perfect.
Isn't this a universal sign for loser?
No, it's a universal sign for a gun. So, but okay, yeah. So whoever was
just—that's this one, right? This one, yeah.
Loser. So yeah, whoever's just listening, we were just doing different poses for our thumbnail for this video. But that wraps up episode 14 with quite a few topics, and yeah, it's been good so far. So, but please, anybody who is listening to this,
subscribe, like, comment. If you want us to talk about a topic, tell us. Share it. You want a topic or you want us to talk about something, tell us. Tell us what it is in the chat, the comment. Let us know. We will talk about it. Might not be in depth, but we will talk about it.
Yeah, share this to your Facebook account. Share this to your Twitter. Share it to your Instagram. Share it wherever the hell you have social media. Post it on your YouTube account.
The earth will change.
So anything, we greatly appreciate it because now we're going to start shelling out some money for some advertising.
Yep.
So, we want to get out there. We think the information that we are relaying to everybody and how we portray that is I think that we should have 1,000 subscribers not already, but I think we should get that soon. For just not just because of the effort, but because of the quality of this and what we're trying to do to improve this show. So, but yeah, if you've stayed this long through this video, then you're the best. You are the absolute best, and you're the people that we need.
We need people like Esteban. So thank you.
Yeah.
Although I haven't seen Esteban in a while, so
probably just hasn't commented. So
yeah, he's there. He's there in spirit. So
yeah, but yes, but I was trying to get some tears going here. Some more.
Yeah, some tears.
Please subscribe to us.
All right, guys, that's all we got, man. We'll see you tomorrow for Storm Area 51.
Hi.
Take care.
All right.
Peace out.
See you guys. Bye.